Okay, now we're going to review the reassembly instructions for, in this case, a PM500-115 volt. Again, also the instructions for the 230 volt model. We'll briefly go over the parts that are here for that. You would have the front casing O-ring, the front casing screws. You'd also have the ceramic shaft, the ceramic thrust washer, the impeller. You'll have the rear housing O-ring, and the two grommets attached to the rear housing cooling tubing, and also the base, along with the two screws to put it in. I like to start with the base, get the base on real quickly. You would turn the pump upside down, line up the screws correctly, get the screws in there. You can also use a manual or a electric screwdriver, but be cautious not to strip the screws when you're using an electric screwdriver. You're going slow, something with a clutch works great. Once the base is on, I just like to flip to the up position. It makes it easier to work on. Now this is probably the trickiest part of all. You want to put these grommets back into the two recirculation holes in the back of your rear casing. Make sure you put your rear casing O-ring in there. It's easy to forget. So now our process here is going to be to line up these two cooling tubes with these two grommets. And you do that simply by putting it in there and kind of just working it back and forth and getting it in, and you'll see it'll slide and you push right down on it. Getting a nice tight seal is crucial on these. If you don't get these grommets in correctly, you could have a leak. Once you do that, you can take your ceramic drive shaft and your thrust washer, and it's de-slotted to go right into the front housing. Clicks right in. Then you can put your impeller on there, make sure you have nice free movement. Of course, your O-ring, don't forget that. It'll cause a leak right away. And then it'll draw it in a little bit from the magnet. Line up your 4 holes. Get your screws started, finger tight. I like to set my clutch adjustment to about an 8 on a Milwaukee. Star pattern. Get yourself a nice seal. And there you have it, your PM500 fully reassembled.